Okay, cool.
Welcome to our podcast.
Coming out creatives, also known as...
I said cuck.
I was like, did you say cuck? I love a good cuck. Anyways, my name is Shavon.
I'm Jordan.
It's the last day of Pride today. What day before?
Yeah.
I don't know. Dates are hard.
Nearby.
Whatever. It's
Pride.
It's Pride weekend in New York City. We're walking in the parade. Let's get that out of the way. They called upon us, our first brand deal. They chose us.
We were chosen.
We were chosen. Oh no, I put Dr. Pepper in here. Anyways, yeah. So thanks for being gay with us this month. There's no more homosexuality in July. Yeah, no more homosexuality in July. So sorry, not gay. We're not even going to be coming out creatives anymore. We're just going to be creatives.
No, we're going to be closet, not coming. We're not allowed to in July, though, homosexually speaking.
Right. You think we're living in Texas.
I mean, Texas is like giving centrist at this point.
So anyways, it's our podcast. I don't know if I said that last time. We do whatever the fuck we want. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Today, we are still keeping it gay. We're going to be talking about Bi Erasure and some other shit.
I was like,
my brain turned off for a second. I was like, Bi Erasure and let me look at
my notes.
Bi Erasure, sex coaching, and film school and getting laid off. Which I also might be in that boat. Not in that boat currently, but yeah. Never know.
Yes.
What do you want to start off with? Bi Erasure? Question mark? Are we getting rid of that?
Where? Oh, I am bisexual.
Hi, bisexual. Also bisexual. Nice to meet you.
And I'm currently working on an essay and a research project about Bi Erasure in general and kind of the mental and sexual health outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little background. Bisexual people in the U.S. specifically make up about 2% estimated of the population. But it's also said to be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 6%, 3.6%. And that doesn't really include, those are self-identifying bisexuals. So it doesn't really include people who have proclivities to sometimes dabble. And it doesn't really include people who fantasize necessarily about it either. So it kind of is a broad spectrum. But one thing I want to kind of clear up is bisexuality is defined as the physical, emotional, or romantical, or sexual, attraction to more than one gender. It's not really rigid in the binary of man and woman.
Mm-hmm. Are you
like to put that out there?
Are you saying that someone could be attracted to men and trans men and still be bisexual, or what are...
So I'm trying to look at things in general on like a more of a spectrum. So it's like it could be attracted to someone who's a woman.
How do I PC this? Genetically, anatomically, or...
So let's go the sex, let's go gender. So someone who thinks I could be attracted to someone who thinks of themselves as a woman, and then I could be also attracted to someone who thinks of themselves as mostly a woman, sometimes a man. That I think it's interesting because bisexuals in general are more inclined to not want the label. Like that's like in studies, bi people in general are more uncomfortable with the labeling of themselves
as bi.
Yeah,
okay.
Than compared to homosexuals or heterosexuals. Yeah.
It's a lot of explaining sometimes.
I think it stems from it stems from bi erasure and biphobia, but it does stem from a general sense of people being like, that's what you are for now. That's a phase.
It's you're working through it. You'll figure it out.
You're gonna be gonna be one or the other. People can't wrap their minds around I think kind of in the hetero monogamous kind of tangle web that we live in, they can't really wrap their heads around the idea that someone can be in a long-term relationship with a man, let's say, and still be attracted to women as well. And I do think also this is something I'm sort of trying to prove. I'm sure there's obviously already literature on it, but I've been kind of focusing more on like the sexual health outcomes right now.
Mhm.
But I do think that some of it has to do in general with misogyny and masculine,
course.
fragile masculinity, because for women who are bisexual, you're like, you're just, women are just are thought to have more fluid sexualities. And in general, it's kind of like, oh, you're that, but you'll date a man kind of vibe. Like you'll end up with a man sort of idea. And then if you're a man who's bisexual, you're just gay. Like, so, and it's in both, and for both genders, there's not just two, but for both genders, it airs on the side of negating the seriousness of the attraction to women, which I think is really interesting.
She's giving scholar.
I'm trying. But just in general, like, it's true. And bisexual people have worse sexual health outcomes. They're more at risk for STIs.
Yeah.
And contract them more often. They have worse mental health issues than that of gay people and lesbian people.
You're not already just getting like so much outside feedback for being not heteronormative. You're also then dealing with that internal struggle of figuring out.
I think like transsexual people. I don't
No, it did sound wrong, but
it's
it
wrong.
is
Correct. Like it sounded like I said the slur, and I was like,
yeah.
kind of like trans people, in that bi people are kind of fit in this ungovernable category where they don't really they don't fit into either side of the platform. And so
people like it black and white.
Yeah. People like, you like this, that's it, that's none. And that's not how human beings are. That's not how sexuality works. That's not how general emotions work in human beings. Like, things are often more layered and complicated and ever changing, ever evolving as well.
Right.
And I do think too, with bisexual people, I think it's partially that since they have that reputation of being an in the middle, it does give certain people who are struggling with their homosexuality almost like a line, like oh, I'm bisexual, and then they're lesbian, like Renee Rapp kind of vibe. Like, she clearly, I mean, she's a lesbian now, but she clearly, I think, was dealing with maybe compulsory heterosexuality, and that's sort of why she was bisexual. I could be wrong on this. I mean,
I also think just her being a star, that she was having a lot of external pressure define herself, so they could market her.
Yeah, of course.
So frustrating.
So I think
girl live.
So I think because that happens, people negate the reality or the legitimacy of bisexuality. Really, I mean, again, sexualities change. Like, I think too, like, I'm thinking like the Billie Eilish coming out like last year as bisexual. And I'm like, oh, a 22-year-old woman is reconsidering her sexuality. So surprising. I'm shook. Like,
2023. Well, it said, I guess bisexual. It was like, I'm physically attracted to women as well as men.
Yeah. I mean, and another bisexual person, now we need to find it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I get that. Like, I think too, I had a kind of a misconception of bisexuality that it was you either like men, you either like women, or you like men and you like women. Because I've always been super kind of fluid and a little flowy. Yeah. But it just means you like more than one. You like more than one thing. You can be attracted to more than one thing. And I think that's part of like the problem is the label feels super constrictive when I myself know that I've surprised myself by someone who I'm attracted to. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Thoughts on your experience in Bi Erasure?
I think I do a little Bi Erasure for my own self sometimes. Totally. Just because it just makes it easier to tell people like, oh yeah, I'm gay. Especially like how I've said before, like I have a partner of 7 years.
I've even done that to you before, like called you a gay man. You know what I mean?
And I'm like, and it's always so weird because people, these are all my friends, because honestly, I would care more, or I would care less. I don't know how I would care.
real quick, bi people are less likely to come out to family members and colleagues than homosexual and heterosexual or lesbian people.
Once again, we talked about our little coming out stories, but like, I just never really feel like I had one. I was just, as Julio would say, I'm just Julio. I'm just Javon. Like, that was just me. I don't know, but I do catch myself, obviously, as we talked about before, like just being either making it easy and try to do the more heteronormative passing, or just being like, nah, I gay.
Yeah.
I gay. Soy gay.
Also, because homosexuals and lesbians have a better sense of community. They feel.
I think people are able to digest it more, and even when they see like, oh well, like you just checked out that guy, or like you have a boyfriend of 7 years, like you couldn't possibly be attracted to a woman. And then anytime I do like say, oh yeah, there are like, I find her like really attractive or really hot, like how I feel with Tate McRae or Renee Rapp, I'm like, that is, wow, Coco Jones, Quinlan Blackwell.
Goodness.
That's works of art right there.
I mean,
that, and
body D.
It's always so weird because I think with my own sexuality and Bi Erasure is that like at the end of the day, I just enjoy a very good looking person.
Yeah.
Like I just, damn, body T.
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't I want to sip?
Yeah. Period.
But I do erase the identity of myself because I just feel like then it downplays for other people like my queerness, because it's like, well, are you sure you want to be with a guy?
Yeah, but that's the thing is I now kind of doing this research and stuff, I want to be more like solidified. I'm bisexual, I'm queer kind of vibe, because it does not, my attraction towards men does not take away my desire for women. I can be in phases, like certain times I'm like, I like literally in the summertime, I'm a little bit more like, oh, I love women, like, cause they're just kind of more out and about. And then like in the winter, I'm like, a
Women
big
just dress
burly man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
just keep you.
And yeah. And so I think not that, but I do go through phases or I catch myself having not dated a man or not dated a woman in a long time. So but that's the thing is I think that bisexual people have to do a lot of placating on both sides.
Yes. For sure.
For straight people and for queer people. And it's true because they have, like I said, they have worse mental health issues too. I think also when you yourself can't define what you are, you of course are going to struggle more with your identity. And if you're not going to be accepted on either end, of course it's a deeper sense of internalized stigma, of suppression, of whatever.
I kind of want to relate the Bi Erasure to maybe like my what can I say the word? Like being biracial.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, as you were saying, like you placate essentially to like one side of the court, like that literally all I ever had. Like,
yeah.
And honestly now, as I'm reflecting,
yeah,
literally I'm like, God, I'm always playing a game of who do I need to be right now?
Yeah.
Like who
am I being black enough? Am
I being Mexican enough? Like, am I being gay enough? Like, especially when we left Texas. I mean, Thomas and I still to this day, I mean, we're trying to get a little bit better, but it's so hard to get out of the heteronormative dressing, because a bitch like me, I did the frat little shindig in college, Vineyard Vines, all that. And literally in high school, I think I made my grandma spend hella money on Hollister. My uniforms were all Hollister.
Yeah. I remember.
It was so bad.
Your little blue polo.
Baby, it was always a blue polo and a khaki.
Yeah. Every day.
Short. With a brown belt.
Yeah. You had that one red, I think you had one red polo.
Yeah. And I could never wear white because I always just felt fat. And that's body dysmorphia. But that's a whole different topic. Yeah. We'll save for a different episode. But no, like I've always been in the struggle of like, who the fuck do I need to be? And I just hate that. One, for myself, because I think the older I'm getting, I'm just getting so tired of not being myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, I gotta be more cognizant of when I am trying to do that to myself, to stop myself. And it's hard. Even with this podcast, still, like, I'm like,
you have to catch yourself if you're
being too, I'm like, who? I don't care. I don't care.
No, it's kind of an interesting thing you bring up with the biracial, and then you talking about kind of your body, because again, I almost think that there's a sense of you can be fat or really skinny. The people in the middle tend to get lost.
Oh, I feel, and that's, oh my God.
Is that not true? Like,
Wait, you're, okay.
That is really just something I'm like, wow, that is actually kind of an interesting thought.
So as someone, I'm going to do also a video on my own YouTube, which I'm struggling. But anyways, as someone who has lost 60 pounds in the past, I've been on Ozempic for a year now, or semaglutide, or GLP-1, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyways, a drug to make me skinny. It's so weird because right now I'm in the phase, like, Lay even the other day was like, oh my God, Jay, you're so, like, you look thin. And I'm like, I know I am thinner, but I don't feel thin. And especially when my man is literally now skin and bones, which he's like, that's his own journey. I'll let him talk about that. But like I've been on both sides, but now, as you said, like, I'm in the middle, and I'm like,
yeah, the medium. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not, and it's always weird because I've heard the saying before is that I'm gay fat, but skinny straight. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
And that's literally kind of like how I feel right now. I'm like, yeah, in the gay world, like, I'm still a big bitch.
Yeah.
But if I was a straight man, I'd be any girl would, like, an average girl would be like, oh,
yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
what tap? Yeah.
Obviously, like, I ain't got washboard abs or whatnot, but like, it would be.
Would hit it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So that it is so weird, and it's, especially I'm dealing with it with clothing. That is the worst part.
Yeah.
It's because I'm like, sizes don't seem real, and they aren't.
No.
Because there's no universal sizing at all, which I wish, honestly, I feel like that would solve a lot of issues in the world if there was universal sizing.
Yeah.
Because where did we go recently? I think it was Uniqlo, and for the longest time, even when I was like maybe like 230, I'm 212 now. I started off at 275. But when I was like 230, I still couldn't fit into the extra large.
Yeah.
Why am I wearing a large?
Weird.
I'm like, how does this work?
In girl jeans, there's one pair of jeans I can still fit into that are a 2, but I got a pair of pants that were 8s the other day, and they were even a little slim in the waist. So it's very like, girl, I have no idea.
It doesn't help. That's especially like going into sizing 2 recently. I've been trying to tell myself, girl, that's just a number. That's doesn't tell you anything. If you like the clothing and it fits and it works, do it.
No.
So I don't. It's just it is a weird spot to be. Well, a bitch is always in the middle.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I think that was kind of the thing is, I'm like, I know I like being the middle.
Okay.
No, I got it. The meat of the sandwich. No, but I do. I'm wondering if that's just like a ultimate pattern of identity and in conformity, where if you're not one or the other, it's like, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you? You've got to choose.
It's a societal issue, right? Because it's a system that we've created.
I mean, just in general, this is like, we are deep into conformity. Like, even in New York City, I'm seeing bitches dressed the same, which is wild.
Especially by boroughs or like neighborhoods. Oh, I'm like, damn, we just copied and pasted.
Oh my God, the West Village girlies versus the East Village girlies. I mean, even the East Village ones who are like a little bit more. Oh yeah,
Williamsburg.
I mean, even those ones that they're doing something a little different, they're doing something a little edgy. Girl, you're wearing an Adidas tracksuit pants with cowboy boots and a mesh crop top. So, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But we are victims as fuck to any trends, and trends are not just in clothing. 1,000%.
I'm with this whole process of us doing the podcast. I really am trying to hone in more on my individuality.
Yeah.
Of how I'm presenting myself, and even like what I like.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
And to make it work.
Yeah.
But then also understanding I don't need to make it work in the terms of it's easy to digest or understand.
Yeah. I think that's
You know?
yeah, no, I think something that I was working on after college was decentering men and like kind of decentering the male gaze. Because I realized how much of my life in college was wrapped around validation of men. But something I'm working on now is decentering gender in general and kind of trying to like put together pieces that feel kind of masculine and femme at the same time.
Androgynous.
Yeah. And
that's also what I've kind of been trying to strive for.
Yeah.
This is my podcast. I do whatever the fuck, I want. Right. Wow, not me kind of getting moved by I haven't even spoke. I'm just thinking about this internally. Anyways, okay, so during the pandemic, it's so weird because I feel like only Thomas actually knows this. Wow. I kind of had like the gender dysphoria kind of vibe for a little bit. It was when I grew my hair out long and stuck in the house, and I'm in the house bored. I was just like thinking once again, like, who is Shavon, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I kind of went through this thing of like, do I want to be a her? She? And I did the they, them, he, they kind of vibe for a bit. And I still feel that way, but it's always so hard because it doesn't feel true, but there feels some truth in it.
I think that's a really good way of putting it.
You know?
The truth in it, 100%. I mean, again, I think that's why kind of bisexuals and even like, I really think a lot of queer people, gender queer or not, feel a sense of, I feel constricted by any labels. I honestly, for a while there, very much was like, I don't know. I also could be non-binary as well.
Yeah.
I think even I remember when I got to college and it was the first time I had really seen trans people, seen non-binary people. So, or kind of felt them or around them. I was like, oh. But so I probably have said and done transphobic things, but genuinely, I think there is a sense of jealousy on my part where I'm like, you know, one way or the other, you're so lucky. Like, I feel so fluid in that. Like, you know, I use she, her pronouns because I think I'm lucky to be a woman. I loved my girlhood experience. I love the relationship I have with other women. I think just as essential. I just think being a woman is like special.
Yes.
But are you telling me that there are days when I don't love it when a boy calls me daddy or someone calls me sir or someone's like,
no, that's hot.
Or or I just get to dress straight up like mask. I love it.
No, I love the days when you dress mask. Even Malik will be like, oh, she's been dressing mask lately. No, I'm like, I know. I love it.
Well, it's funny because I dressed very mask when I played soccer.
Yeah.
But
still felt like you were still, it was like the tomboyish kind of vibe. It wasn't full, because this is more.
Yeah, that was more sporty spice. This is giving a little bit more really Renee rap.
Yeah, I don't really know how to.
But yeah, like I just think I think gender dysphoria is real in the sense that once you learn that you don't have to be one way or another, of course there is a sense of, oh, wow, that does sound like I wish I could be, you know what I mean? Like I have penis envy sometimes. Like I genuinely understand that. I just don't think people need to get diagnosed in order to become trans. You know what I mean? I do think that there are people
who know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Is like there are a lot of people who I would assume are like us.
Yes.
Where labels constricting. Some days I'm a woman, some days I'm a man.
Yeah.
But
Lord.
I know, but there are definitely people who are too uncomfortable in their bodies, are too aware that it's not right for them spiritually and physically. So, but
to us where we're like, we still feel ground or like rooted into like what we were born as, but
if there existed a world of sexual and gender anarchy, then I would be very comfortable in that world as well.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually, I don't even think I talked to you about that.
I knew that you were using the they pronouns.
Yeah. And a lot of people did. Yeah, like I did like make that pretty clear, but still like that whole journey.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's still, like I said, I feel there is truth, even though it's not true.
Yeah. I really like the way you said that. There's truth in it, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I feel that.
Really crazy.
Yeah. But I just think by people in general, I'm just going to kind of wrap up the Bi Erasure. I do think that they.
Wow. She's doing Bi Erasure.
What? I am?
No, because
I'm wrapping it up on Bi Erasure. We're allowed to talk. Oh, sorry. Oh, I hate when I mess up someone's stroke. I feel bad. Sorry. It's fine. It's okay.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's so cute. Bi Erasure.
Anyways, I try. I'm a dad. I do dad jokes. I can't help it. It's so bad.
I know. It's like the Texas humor.
I know. I can't help it. Okay. In the last episode, we put the creative shout out in the end. I want to do it in the middle before we hop into the next topic. So, bitch, what creative are you fucking with? Bitch in the nice sense.
Okay, wait. This is so random, but I'm trying to watch older movies because I just feel like
Charlie,
kind of older indie because there is something lost that is happening in kind of these major studios when it comes to like set design and world building. And I just watched But I'm a Cheerleader.
For the first time?
No, I've seen it before.
Let's say.
You know what? I haven't seen it since literally we were probably 13, and Alyssa showed it to me.
Thomas showed it to me.
Yeah, bleep her name probably. But
so many Alyssas. Oh my God, it's Alyssa Morris's birthday. Shout out Alyssa Morris. Happy birthday. Oh my God, I'll text you right now. I guess I should do that.
But so I watched But I'm a Cheerleader. Incredible movie. It's about like a conversion camp. But they do it in really like a campy kind of way. And RuPaul is in it, icon. And Natasha,
coach, teacher.
He's like the coach who's Natasha Lyonne, Melanie Lewinsky, I believe her name is.
I could stand next to Natasha Lyonne while Jordan was inebriated.
What?
Jordan was inebriated.
Oh yeah, I was really drunk in an event with that, and about Natasha Lyonne's
right there. Get it together.
I'm like, get my Uber. No, I was wasted. Yeah. Embarrassing.
Too funny.
But the set design, the art, the production design,
it's good.
So good.
For such a low budget? Question mark?
It is definitely low budget for sure. Like there's only, I think there's only really 3 scene areas. There's like the main house, the queer bar,
and the camp.
And the initial house. But the main house is the camp. Is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
There's like the initial like kitchen scene, the main camp, and then kind of the queer bar are really the only places I think and
watch that movie.
I know it's really aesthetically, it's really pleasing. Everything is kind of has like a manicuredness to it, kind of a precision. And the woman who does it, her name is Rachel Cammerman. And she's done a ton of TV work in general and stuff. Not a lot of stuff I've seen, but she was also the main production designer for Gilmore Girls for seasons 4, 5, and 6. So when the Dragonfly Inn comes to,
do you remember in the last episode, or was it no, it was the last episode where I said I just couldn't watch groups of white girls. Yeah. See, Yeah, it's another group of white girls.
Damn it.
There's a lot. Y'all have a lot of shows.
Oh, we're so lucky.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'll ever watch it.
Well,
But I get the gist.
well, it's also one of those shows that I just like can't exist now because it's like 60-minute, like not a ton is really happening. Really,
You can throw it on in the background. And
yeah. But the 4, 5, 6 seasons of Gilmore Girls, the main character Lorelai and Melissa McCarthy. Oh, so let me give them a shot. Lauren Graham's character and Melissa McCarthy, they're open an inn together in Connecticut. And it's called the Dragonfly Inn.
Mhm.
And the aesthetics of it are just so good. Like you want to be there so
That's a lot.
bad.
At least that. Or look up images.
And they do like she did like the dorm room and stuff when Rory is like enters Yale and stuff. And I just think that I don't know, the sets just have a coziness and a cohesion and a completion that they really feel lived in and like real businesses. And I think that even in the yeah, and I think even in the
cute.
yeah, it's cute. And I think even in the But I'm a Cheerleader, even though it's like a conversion camp and there's no personality to it, it still feels, I don't know, it just feels like a complete world. It feels very much like a cohesive,
You know where you're at.
you know where you're at, like you could spot it a million miles away kind of thing. And I'm just like really impressed. I'm gonna have to like go and look at more of her portfolio, but I just watched But I'm a Cheerleader like 2 days ago, so it's just kind of on my mind.
Yeah. Hot.
What about you?
Mine is cheerleader adjacent. I don't know. Addie Ray
Good.
or Addison
Was
because
she a
she's
cheerleader?
dropping the rate. No.
Oh.
Well, wait.
She gives that vibe.
Actually, I think
Cool vibe.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, no, I've watched a lot of her interviews that she's done since her album dropped. Oh, that was a hot topic that we did. Anyways, we're doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of her interviews and a lot of people give her shit because obviously she came from TikTok and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. And like, there's like other people who started from TikTok who did music, but obviously you could tell they were doing it just to make more money. She was doing it because she actually cares. She actually cares about the art and the work that she's doing. And she was studying. Yeah. She was really putting in the work and making sure that when she did release, because I guess she was going to release, but then it got leaked. And that's how we have like a lot of leaked songs of hers. She basically scrapped them.
I'm glad she kind of scrapped those actually. The new stuff's way better.
Same. And also I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's like she was able to discover herself more. And that's really what she basically she's gone through the journey or still going through the journey that like we're kind of also going on right now of figuring out what we want and how to put our art out there. Mm-hmm. And that it's just been really cool to actually listen to her talk about it with the seriousness that she talks about it with. Because I don't feel like a lot of people give her the credit that she deserves. I think. But the world building, the storytelling is not fully there, but I don't think
I agree.
There's a story to tell other than giving the aesthetic, the vibe, similar to Brat.
Yeah.
You know, like Brat has a story, but it's also a feeling, as Charlie's explained before.
Like her, is it the high fashion music? Which one's where she's on the horse?
I think it is high fashion.
Yeah, like that one has a story, but overall, I would agree that there's not like a cohesive
for the whole project.
Yeah,
it's, especially the whole project in itself. I think it's literally, as she even said, I think in an interview, it's Addison. Like I'm just telling you who I am.
Yeah.
Because they're call back. Yeah, I'm really impressed with someone who takes their time, and I'm excited to see what she does going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
And kudos to her for selling out and having to add more shows to her tour, even though it's like she's doing like small venues, but still that's better than nothing.
Of course.
Some girls can't even do that who've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, of course. Katy Perry.
She still has no Grammy, though. She should have won a Grammy for Teenage Dream because let's
call that what that is. That's a masterpiece.
That's a masterpiece. Teenage Dream.
There is two things I really admire about Addison. One, I actually watched one of her interviews too. I think it was New York Times, guys. But she was essentially like, taste is something you have to afford. And that's partially like she said, I'm going to come with the audience and the money, and then I'll make myself. You know what I mean? I feel like we're kind of trying to do both at the same time, which is difficult. But she did. She was like, I'll do the silly little videos because I know what I want in the end game, and this is a good way to get it. It's exposure. It's this. And we talked about it about that's kind of the new age way of doing things, of getting discovered. Like people don't go, I don't think do people go and audition their kids anymore? Like, I mean, I'm sure for like young roles.
Still do a little bit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously people audition, but
there's also not as many big casting calls for these bigger roles as there used to be, where they want to discover someone new. It's someone who might have been in another project that was not as big, but did well.
No, they want someone with IP, period.
Well,
like,
I mean,
even books, everything, they want people with IP.
I mean, as you said, followers too. Like I've seen from other people who have auditioned that are like literally on the audition list or whatever. It's like need to have 1 million followers because granted, these companies and whoever's doing the marketing behind are also thinking, how are they going to even be able to help us get our message out there for the film? And will people see it? How's their engagement? Which fucking sucks because I feel like that's still draining the life out of art.
Yeah, out of the artists,
And it doesn't matter how many fucking followers you have. Honestly, I got 340 followers on TikTok, and that's my community.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Period.
And our 20 subscribers on YouTube currently.
You guys are my lovers. I love you.
Fucks with you hard. Sorry, the heart's a little crooked. My bad.
One more thing too about Addison is I do think she's done a really good job of embracing she's done a good job of solidifying her artist persona. So she clearly has been like, no, I'm your favorite artist, like Chapel last year. Like she's trying to embody this and set. She wants to make things she wants to hear. She is taking herself seriously and she's trying hard. So, I mean, that I admire about her, whether or not I absolutely love the project or not.
Right.
There are a few songs on there that I really do like a lot. I don't know how, it's not something I could listen to through the full album, or I did, but it's not something I would do it again. But I do like a lot of those songs. Yeah. I genuinely, I'm like talking like she's listening, but she is. Well, she is, period.
Exactly.
But I do think there's like at least 3 songs on there that are bangers or might be in my top 5. So
yeah,
for the Spotify rap.
I sadly hate to say that, even though there's really there ain't shit to the song, but New York will probably be in my top 10 because
it's my least favorite, dude.
No, it's such a vibe for me because I get what she's saying of just being in the city. Like I do feel like that chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. I think it's also because you've been here a while and I'm still like fresh. And I'm like, I still can't get over sometimes that I'm here. So I live in Jersey. Who fucking cares? It's the same shit.
You're always there.
I got haters. No, they're going to be in the comments.
But those are 2 really different artists and 2 different kind of aspects. I love that. We did that last time too. I love that.
No, it's really cool. I like this little Seggy.
Yeah.
Seggy.
Seggy?
Come on, Seggy. Anyways, our other shit we're gonna talk about is shit about ourselves. Yeah, when are we not talking about ourselves? God, sue me. I said in the beginning, it's our podcast. We do whatever the fuck we want. Thank you for listening, though.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, lovers.
I kind of want you to go first. Well,
mine's like a little bit bigger. It's sort of not in the sense that it's more.
No, she said what she said.
But in the sense that I'm like, oh.
I want to segue you into what you want to talk about. Mainly because I just want to talk how about you made a 3D model of a clit. Right? It was a clitoris, right?
It was a clitoris, yeah.
Good job.
So.
That was cute. Cunty.
Yeah.
Oh, Putty.
Screaming.
That was genuine.
That's so funny. I don't know why.
Clip it.
So really the main two things that I've always been kind of passionate about in my life are, besides soccer, I guess, but that doesn't count since it's over, I guess. But anyway,
I was going to ask you, do you still feel connected to that part of yourself? As that was a lot of your identity. Sorry, I know that might be an episode.
I think that actually is a whole episode.
Write it down.
Because I think that I would assume too that a lot of people feel the way I did when soccer ended, in the sense that I knew my whole life I wasn't going to be a professional. You know what I mean? I could have probably played at some shitty, I actually got recruited to play in some shitty Europe league or whatever. But like, I knew ultimately I was never, I wasn't there. But yet I still dedicated
a lot of time.
90% of my time back then.
Yeah.
I would say 90. For the first 22 years, 90.
Get this video to 10 likes on YouTube, and Jordan will talk about her soccer journey.
But really, besides that, my main two kind of passions have always been sort of sex, but not in the sense of I'm having a ton of it, but in the sense that just genuinely from a young age, I had questions about whether I was gay or not, obviously, bisexuality, blah, blah.
Right.
And two, I loved film from a really young age. And I really am interested in the power dynamics and just like kind of the way we talk about sex in general, especially because we grew up with kind of this Christian heavy messaging and knew from a young age that sex was something that was supposed to be hidden, secret, not talked about, not spoken about, but yet I'm seeing it everywhere and I'm feeling like doing it a lot and I'm confused. So just in general, like it's funny because even my college friends, when I told them I had just started my grad program, that they were like, oh, you've been my sex therapist for a long time. Yeah, but like, cause oh no, did the memory card?
No, it said battery exhausted. I thought it had been charging this whole time.
Oh no.
Pause.